As always, we have another interesting feature here on Strictly Business. Business and Leisure's tribute to Filipino small and medium entrepreneurs. This week, our featured entrepreneur is someone who is engaged in a food business and everything about it.
If this brand is very familiar to you, it's time to meet the man behind it. It is our pleasure to introduce Mr. Robert Lowe, owner of Fresh Options, the tried and tested, very familiar brand that you see when you're in the market for quality meat to serve your family. Fresh Options Meat Shop was opened in 2005 by Robert.
Meron kasing friend ako na their family's into supermarket. He has a meat shop. So, gusto niya, ayaw na niya handle yung meat shop, knowing that I'm in the livestock. In-offer niya sa akin yung place. And sa akin, okay yun kasi I want another channel. Kasi ang channel ko at that time, raising chicken and pork is more of the middleman. I sell live. So, I took the challenge na to open this meat shop.
But that is going ahead of the story. In 1988, Robert was a contract grower for an integrator. But as Robert narrated, he was quite unhappy with how the business was going. He wasn't making the profit margin that was promised by the integrator.
Moving from one integrator to another integrator, nag-alaga akong sarili. No? So, I market my own, I raise my own birds. But the inputs, I get my inputs from most of them from the integrators, like the feeds, like the chicks. Pero ang nangyari, ang papangit ng mga inputs. That's why I put my own breeders and my own feed mill.
And then in 1997, a crisis erupted in the local chicken industry because of the uncontrolled chicken importation in the country. Robert, as well as other poultry owners and operators, were losing heavily, so they decided to bring the problem to then Agriculture Secretary Ed Angara, who, to his credit, acted promptly and put a stop to the rampant smuggling. This crisis prompted Robert to rethink his business concept and decided to add another product in case the same kind of problem arises. He went into hog farming and put up his own piggery in 1999. When Robert went into the meat retail business, he made sure that he had ample technical support. He hired retired professionals from different companies as consultants to help him in the long learning process.
So talagang napadali ang process. I don't have to invent the wheel. So alam ko na kagad ang process niyan.
Robert found that engaging in livestock was entirely different from meat retailing, which he found more controllable.
Major changes, parang di kami masyadong na-affected by live market. Kasi ang live market, even at the mercy of the middleman ka eh. So wala kang magawa, hindi mo ma-release. Tatawag kasi nila, parang nakikiusap ka. Ngayon, dahil mayroon kang sariling channel, outlet, mas free ka. Like what happened to the bird flu, those without any market, hirap na hirap sila kasi middleman din ang kina-course to niya. Unlike us, meron na kagad kami. Kasi we go further. Hindi lang sa meat shop lang kami, we go further. We process our products. We have a lot of value-added products, kaya yun. Pwedeng matagal naman ang shelf life niyan. Yung may ganyan na crisis, we can use all these chicken products na i-develop ng value-added products. Kaya yan ang edge namin over the other producers.
Now, Fresh Options is everywhere. From his very first Fresh Options store, Robert has grown his meat retailing business so many times over.
In the first year, we were able to open 8 branches. Yeah, and the second year, 15. Naging 15 na, so another 7 branches. And now we have 86 branches na full store. Then we have about 70 plus na express. Kasi express is smaller store, 1 to 2 personnel lang, and wala masyadong cutting facilities, and it opens for 8 hours. Usually these Fresh Options, smaller express stores, ay under a Fresh Option regular store.
It is obvious that Robert has imbibed fully the spirit of entrepreneurship and everything that goes with it. He has embraced his business and has adopted the right attitude in what he does.
If there's a problem, there's a solution. So yan ang entrepreneur eh. So like for example, what I mentioned, we have problem with only one product. That's why we went into piggery. We have problem with our inputs. That's why we go into feed mill, we into breeder. We have problem with our marketing. Hirap kausap ang middleman. That's why we go into meat shops. We have problem with some of the slow-moving products. That's why we go to value-adding, processing products. We have still some problem with these leftover and slow-moving products. That's why we go into restaurants. Yeah, ganyan. As an entrepreneur, you have to find solutions for these problems. No?
One of his advocacies is to sell local livestock products. As a veterinarian, he wants to raise his own animals, Robert says. Besides, selling local meat ensures the freshness of the products as against the frozen imported meat.
Buti na lang mas conscious na ang mga consumers ngayon, no? Mas pikan na they are able to taste yung fresh frozen. They are able to distinguish between fresh frozen and fresh chilled. So dito kami papasok na, locally kami, fresh chilled kami, we're providing better quality.
Robert proudly shows off his value-added products.
So ito mga products namin dito sa Fresh Options. Of course, ang pinagmamalaki namin ang aming fresh premium chicken. So ito raised from our own farms. Talagang lahat ng process sa amin, even dressing, growing, dressing up to delivery, we use our own trucks, hindi yun third party. So everything is under our company. And we have a lot of choice cuts na we provide already the choice cuts, whether ito pinaka-popular naming choice cuts would be our drumstick. And we have also the wings, and the thigh, and the neck, and soup pack. And another product is our pork. No? So we have our own farm, we have our own slaughterhouse for our pork, and we deliver it also. So talagang nakita niyo yung quality. You can see, talagang magandang marbling, no? Magandang kulay aming products. So may mga choice cuts like country style, pork chop, kasim, pige, and everything.
The same goes for his beef products, which he gets from a fattening farm in San Simon, Pampanga.
Nakita mo yun na magandang cutting niya. Okay, then we have the steak and the beef porterhouse, the shank. So available itong lahat ng cuts sa mga stores namin.
Robert walks over to this area where his other line of processed meat products are.
Ito ang unang mga na-start namin. We have our traditional Filipino breakfast items. Like we have the pork tocino, chicken tocino. We have even our embutido under our Rap Sarap line.
From here, there is also the crisp Pinoy products among his daily favorites.
So one-step frying na lang. So we have our crispy pata, we have bagnet, we have our chicken katsu, tonkatsu, na isang frying na lang, we do the other process. Like yung bagnet, alam mo, 3 times i-fry yan. We do the 2 fryings already. Kaya kayo, yung mga consumers, advantage nila, only 1-step frying na lang gagawin nila.
All these are already seasoned, so all one has to do is to pop them into a frying pan.
Ito yung mga dim sum namin, mga favorite dim sum nyo, like yung chicken feet. No, luto na to, heat and serve na lang. We have also our kikiam, our siomai, and wonton.
You process all that?
Yes, we process all that.
Here is where the best-selling embutido, lumpiang Shanghai, and other favorites can be found. And because Filipinos now need the heat and serve variety, Robert has come up with another line of products.
Ang sarap ng sisig namin. Pinattern namin ito sa crossing sa Angeles. Binenchmark namin and we were able to get it, except kailangan dagdagan mo ng calamansi and sibuyas.
Others in this line include the kare-kare, chicken caldereta, chicken dinuguan, and bopis, among others. All these products carry the regulatory expiry dates, the shortest among which is the sisig with a 30-day expiration. Others can keep as long as 120 days if kept frozen. Just 3 months ago, Frozen Options also came out with their Chef series where they offer special dishes from 4 Filipino chefs.
Si Chef Mike Tatong Sarto of Agos, Umaga Kay Ganda. Siya ang isang chef dito. Then we have Chef Anton Amuncio. Siya nanalo ng Cook Asia, Singapore Cook Asia 2016. We're young chef. And itong isang sikat na chef, JP Anglo of Junior Master Chef. Nang-judge siya. And also may isang restaurant, Sarsa. Siyang may-ari ng Sarsa. Ito masarap. And of course, the Adobo Queen, Miss Nancy Reyes Lumen of the Aristocrat family. So, maraming products. So, like Nancy come out with the chicken wings in guava sauce adobo. May adobo rolls siyang pork. May Korean beef stew siya. And Anton, mas mga special dishes like kay Anton, we have the beef rendang, no? Dito niya. And we have the chocolate teriyaki, chicken teriyaki in chocolate sauce.
It seems that Robert has come up with an answer to every need in his chosen business. His advice to would-be entrepreneurs?
Yeah, talagang you have to differentiate your products. Surprisingly, di ba? Like for example, sa rice, may mga branding na sa rice, no? Like, you have to provide now what's in for the consumer. You have to have focus on the consumers. Kung anong gusto ng consumers, i-deliver nyo. You should not shortchange the consumers. Kasi kadalasan itong agri-products naging naging everybody has that, no? Walang differentiation. You have to differentiate para makalaban ka. And I know some of the rice products, di ba? You go for some brand para you have the consistent quality. Parang ganyan din sa ibang agricultural products. You have to really differentiate. You have to find your niche. Hindi pwede for everybody. Hindi pwede na. You should not be complacent about your products.
With 86 cold stores and 78 express stores, it will not be hard to get a Fresh Options store nearest you. But nevertheless, Robert, owner and proprietor of Fresh Options, invites our viewers to come visit.
I'm inviting everybody to come to Fresh Options para matry yung mga products namin. You'll be assured na hindi lang quality products, you have a variety of lot of new products. Talagang na-mention ko kanina, we have lot of innovative products na very simple to use, no? Like yung crispy na namin, one-step frying na lang, yung aming ulam mismo, it's a heat and serve. Then if you want something more special, we have our chef series, the heat and serve. And of course, we have the traditional Filipino food in wrap-sarap products.
You just met Mr. Robert Law, owner of Fresh Options Meat Shop, our feature this week on Strictly Business.